Hello, hello. My apologies for the delay. I know it's 6:02 p.m. You are expecting a Qigong class for 6 p.m. Again, my apologies. I'm here. Just had some technical difficulties on my end, but we should be good to go. So always good to see you. My name is Craig. I will be your Qigong facilitator tonight. And I'm here to share with you, let's say, a 50-minute Qigong practice. For those who are new and wondering what is Qigong all about, Qigong is somewhat similar to yoga, actually descended from the same common ancestor, but it's different in the sense that we're going to be practicing syncing our body with the breath, not holding poses or doing any intense stretching. So Qigong is an ancient Chinese health, wellness, and energy practice. It's been practiced for thousands of years. I am going to share with you a practice where we'll be doing lots of slow, gentle, rhythmic movements where we sync the body with the breath. And these movements can be modified and altered to be done standing, seated, laying down, anything that allows you to feel good. My apologies if you're hearing any background noise. I do live by a busy street. All right. With this practice, we're going to begin in a few minutes, and to break down what's going to happen for tonight's practice, I'm going to start off with a little grounding and transition into what is called aligning the three treasures. The three treasures, also known as the three adjustments, are the body, breath, and mind. We align the three treasures to get the most out of our Qigong practice. Also take time to just bring ourselves to the present moment, take care of our body, and check in with our breath. And after that, we'll move into the introductory Valley Qigong exercises, 4 movements along with shaking. And then we'll move into the second half of class, where there will be some tapping, some more gentle flowing movements, and I might throw in some stretching and a standing meditation, because I realize I haven't done that in a while. So thanks again for joining this class, and as always, this is your practice. Take this time to listen to yourself. Qigong is about strain or pain. It's about healing, it's wellness. So take your time, take breaks, take care of yourself. So before we start, I just want you to take an opportunity to just bring your awareness to your present environment. So take a look around. Take time to just listen, check in with your senses, and make sure you have enough space for your practice. Most of the movements can be, again, done standing. I might step out forward, step backwards, reach out hands, but that's about it for today's practice. But that's a good opportunity to just check in, just to see what is around. Noticing how you feel right now, because we can check back in at the end of the practice, and hopefully you'll feel a lot more lighter, a lot more present, because a lot of these exercises are not just healing, they help stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps us shift and help us remain calm and relaxed. So let's begin. Let's start off with aligning the three treasures. Let's bring our feet together if you're standing. Just noticing your connection to the ground, the earth. Noticing how your feet connect to the earth, to the floor. Noticing what you feel on the bottom of the feet. Just taking that time. Qigong is a practice of slowing down. Slowing down allows us to notice our energy. And now, if you're standing, you can shift your weight into one foot. It will be the right foot, step out with your left. So feet are about shoulder width apart. And noticing how that feels. And asking yourself if the weight is equally distributed between both feet. Qigong is all about balance. All right, let's align the rest of the body. So now that we've checked in with the feet, and again, noticing that it connects it to the earth, the support that is there, Let's check in with the knees. In this Qigong practice, knees are soft, so you can have a slight bend in the knees. Checking in with the pelvis. Pelvic bowl should be level, or it can be level. So you can do that to tuck your tailbone underneath the spine, tilt the pubic bone up. There we go. You can check in with the chest. Chest is open. You can check in with the arms. Arms are hanging down by the side. Palms are soft. Fingers can be spread apart. Qigong is all about releasing and softening. Let's take this time to just do some neck and shoulder tension release and exercises. So if you'd like to follow along, I'm going to do some shoulder shrugs and release some tension in the neck, do neck rotations. So if you'd like, I'm going to do 3 shoulder shrugs. This is where we inhale, shrug our shoulders up towards our ears, and we can exhale, let the shoulders drop. You can do that 2 more times at your own pace and speed. I'll do 1 more. Okay, and let's take some time to do some neck releasing exercises. So if you like, you can just look over to your right and swivel head over to the left. Let's do this 1 more time. Back over to the right. Swiveling over to the left. And then returning the head to the center. And let's do this up and down motion. So looking up. And then bring the chin to the chest, looking down. Let's do that 1 more time. Up and down. And bring the head back to the center. And let's take this opportunity to just do a couple of neck rotations. So you can just circle the head around, allowing the nose to lead the movement, being gentle with the neck. I'll do 2 rotations in one direction, and then reverse the movement and doing 2 rotations in the other. Alright, when you're all set, just bring the head back to center. Head is over the spine, over the heart. Noticing how you feel right now. And let's check in with the head. Bring awareness to the top of the head and imagine that there's a string coming down from the sky connecting to the top of your head. It pulls you upright, which lengthens the spine, yet you are soft and relaxed as if you're hanging from that string. And let's align the rest of the head. Bring your awareness to the eyes. Eyes can be soft. Bring awareness to the mouth and the jaw. Jaw can be, again, soft. Relax. You can unhinge the jaw. Mouth can be in the form of a smile. That feels good for you. But again, do what feels good for you. Checking in with the tongue. Tongue can be relaxed. If you'd like, you can connect the tongue to the roof of the mouth, also known as the palate. And you can have the tip of the tongue touching the back of the 2 front teeth that connects energy pathways in the body, the cosmic orbit. All right, and now that we've aligned the body, let's move into aligning the breath. In this practice, we do what is called Dante and Breathing. And to demonstrate, I'm going to bring the left hand to the abdomen. Dante and Breathing is also known as deep belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. So to demonstrate, as you take an inhale, as the lungs fill with air, the abdomen will expand. As you exhale, abdomen softens, lungs empty. So again, as you inhale, navel moves away from the spine. As you exhale, navel moves closer to the spine. We do Dante and breathing, also known as deep belly breathing, because it helps us shift and stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system. This allows our body to feel safe and relaxed. Lastly, let's take an opportunity to bring our attention and our awareness to the present moment. And this is where we align the mind. The mind is powerful. So let's set an intention to bring our attention to now. This is where our chi is. Our energy is in the present moment. Our ability to heal is in the present moment. This is where we have our power, our ability, our control, the present moment. We can't control the past or the future, but this is what we have now, the present. So let's begin this practice to gaze in the present, to engage with our breath, to move our body. So with the arms relaxed, hanging down by the sides, let's start with the first movement, full body breathing. We're going to inhale, the hands up towards the sky. We're going to exhale the hands out and down by the sides. And when you start the movement, inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands out and down. Going at your own pace and speed. And noticing what you sense, noticing what you feel. As you inhale, the hands up, the lungs fill with air. Exhale, the hands out, lungs empty. Modifying the movement so it serves you. I'm going to do 2 more repetitions in this direction. And this will be my final repetition in this direction. Then we'll reverse the movement. So with my hands flowing down by the sides, we're now going to reverse the movement. So the hands are now going to inhale up by the sides. And you're going to exhale the hands down in front of the body. Noticing how that feels. Checking in with your joints, seeing if you can allow them to soften. Noticing if there's any tension, seeing if you can release that tension. Noticing how the change in direction of the movement feels. Alright, I'm going to do 2 more repetitions. Then we'll transition to the next movement. This will be the final repetition on my end. I'm now going to bring my hands by the dantian and from the waist. Palms will be turned up. Fingers are pointed toward each other with a little space in between, let's say 4 to 8 inches, whatever feels good for you, whatever allows you to be comfortable, to be here, to be present. And we're going to transition to this next movement. So to begin it, we're going to inhale, draw hands up to heart height. When the hands make it to the heart, turn the palms over and exhale, allow the hands to flow down. And then we'll just restart the movement, turn the palms back up, inhale. Turn the palms over, exhale. Noticing how that feels. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Again, following along at your own pace. Modifying the movement so it's not causing any pain or strain. Noticing where your awareness is. Okay, notice your hands moving through the air. Let's do 2 more repetitions before we transition to the heart opening movement. This will be my final repetition. All right, and we do need to transition to the next movement. So we're gonna, again, find ourselves inhaling the hands in front of the body. And instead of turning our hands down, we're gonna bring our hands, fingers pointing up, palms facing each other, and imagine that you are holding a ball in between your hands. And again, whatever comes to your mind when you hear that word, holding a ball. Could be some type of sports ball, could be an energy ball. What do you sense? What do you feel? Just being here, just taking time to notice your fingers, and no worries if you don't feel anything. Just bring your awareness to the present moment, taking your mind off the to-do list or just thoughts or rumination. But let's transition to the next movement. Let's extend our hands out. Palms are still facing each other. We're gonna have a slight bend in the elbows. And let's begin the movement, a heart opening movement. We're gonna inhale, allow the hands to open out and apart. Look up towards the sky, feel a stretch in the chest. Exhale, look forward, bring the hands back close together, but not touching. And we're gonna restart this movement. Inhale, hands open apart. Look up. Exhale, look forward. Hands close together, but again, not touching, but noticing what you sense, noticing what you feel. Inhale, open. Exhale, release, relax, look forward. Let's do this 2 more times. At your own pace. And this will be my final repetition. So when you find yourself, bring the hands back in front of the chest. We're just going to take this time to just be with our energy, be with ourselves, and just enjoy the opportunity to do some intuitive expression, listening to our body's wisdom and intuition. So, checking in with your hands, checking in with that imaginary or energetic or whatever you're sensing in between your hands, whatever you're being with, whatever comes to your mind's eye. How would you like to play and move that ball? So take that opportunity right now. Maybe you want to rotate it. Rotating it in one direction, maybe you want to rotate in the other direction. Maybe you just want to move it around. What is calling to you in this moment? Take the opportunity to do that right now. All right. In a moment, we'll just bring this free expression, checking in with this ball to a close. So, returning to that initial position of having the hands extended out, slight bend the elbows, palms still facing each other, you're still holding that ball. And we're going to transition to the next exercise. We're going to turn our palms so they're facing towards the chest, fingers are pointing towards each other. We're going to inhale, draw the palms in towards the body, but we're not going to let the hands touch the body. And we're going to exhale, have the hands tracing down the torso. And when the hands reach about waist height, we're going to swivel the palms around. So the palms will be turned up. We're going to inhale, the hands up to shoulder height. Turn the palms over, exhale, allow the hands to float down. You can let the hands float past the body. Restarting the movement, turn the palms back up, inhale. Noticing how this feels. This is flowing motion. And there are many variations to flowing motion. Go through a few of them. I'll do the variation where we shift the weight forward and backward on the bottom of the feet. And I'll do the variation where we bring the feet together and step the feet apart. As always, this is your practice. Take breaks, listen to yourself. So inhale the hands up, exhale the hands down, and let's try shifting the weight forward and backwards on the feet. So when we inhale the hands up, while keeping the feet planted, shifting the weight to the front of the foot. So the weight is more in the toes and the ball of the foot, and as you exhale, shifting the weight back to the heels. And again, the feet stay planted on the ground. So inhale. Exhale, shift back. It's like giving your foot a foot massage on the bottom of your feet. Noticing how that feels. If you want to make this more of a balanced practice, as you're shifting the weight to the back of the feet, you can lift up your toes. And as you're shifting the weight to the front of your feet, you can lift up your heels, shift the weight onto the ball of your feet, and rise up. So again, shift it back, lift up your toes, shift forward, rise up. Again, if that's available to you, no worries if that is not. It's a practice. You're doing what serves you. I'll just do 2 more repetitions of this variation, then we'll transition to stepping in and stepping out. Alright. Now next time, as we inhale the hands up, we're going to step the left foot in towards the right. Feet are together. Turn the palms over, left foot steps away from right, feet put apart. We're going to alternate, inhale, right foot to left. Turn the palms over, right steps away from left. As you can see the pattern, you can continue to alternate. And you have lots of options for doing this particular movement. You can keep both feet flat on the floor. You can shift the weight into one foot or most of one foot. You can even make this more of a balanced practice. You can lift up a leg. So maybe next time you inhale, lift up one leg if that's available to you. Lots of options. I'm going to do 2 more repetitions, 1 more repetition on each side. I must didn't make that one, but you know, it's a practice. That's okay. Alright, you've completed did your last repetition, you can just allow your hands to hang. Taking this opportunity to check back in with yourself. Check back in with your joints. Check back in with your connection to the ground. Check in with your senses, noticing what's in your environment. Or if you have the ability, checking inside. Do you notice energy, sensations, noticing how you're feeling now? And just taking this opportunity to pause, bring awareness to, again, your environment, whether it's internal or external. Let's take this opportunity to transition to the next shaking. Qigong, also known as shake the tree or cooking tree. Just taking this time to shake, release stress. And we'll do about a 3-minute shaking practice. So if you like, you can jump right into shaking. I like to start off slowly. Start with my hands. Just start wiggling the fingers, shaking the hands. And let that travel into the arms and head, into the torso, into the hips and the legs, and let that shaking, that vibrating move throughout the entire body. And shaking whatever way feels good for you. It's a great way to release stress. You can bounce on your heels. You can jump up and down. You can go from side to side. What allows you to be in this movement, be in this moment, and just feel good. And I also like to offer the opportunity to do some blithering breaths. Blithering breath is just a way of releasing stress audibly. You just take a deep breath, we inhale and exhale. Just let out a sigh, a sound that feels good for us. I'm just going to do 3, and on my end, they'll just be sighs. But you do it. You feel called to do it. So let's begin. When I say inhale, I can take a deep breath, and then exhale. Just let out, feels good. Let's go. Inhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. All right. Last one. Inhale. All right. Now that we're done with the breaths, we can move into our closing sequence of shaking moves. You can follow along if you like. Or do whatever again feels good for you. I'm gonna bring the hands out to the sides. Let's see how that feels. Gonna bring the hands out in front of the body. Gonna bring the hands behind the body. And I'm gonna bring the hands back out to the side, have the fingers pointed down towards the ground. And if it's available to you, maybe you wanna bend the hips and the knees, get close to the ground. And for the last 30 seconds, you can shake however you want to shake. Maybe you want to do a high vibration shake, or just begin to slow down. Noticing what feels good for you. I'm just going to take my time. Just shake slower and slower. I'll bring this shaking practice to a close in 10 seconds. So take that time to end your shaking. If it feels good to you, you can come to stillness. If it's available to you, you can come to stillness and check in with yourself internally. If that's not available, you can transition to rocking and swaying, whether that's swaying from side to side or rocking forward and backwards, whatever allows you to just be here in this moment. We'll have different capacities and capabilities. But for those who are able to turn inwards, noticing what you sense, noticing what you feel, just noticing what's in your environment. What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? Checking in with all your senses. Noticing your balance. Just taking this opportunity to be with all that has been created through that shaking. And we'll just be like this for another 15 seconds. Again, Qigong is an opportunity to pause, to slow down, to be with ourselves, take care of our body. Okay, let's move into the second half of class. I'm going to start off with some tapping. Do a short tapping exercise, and then we'll transition to stretching, and then some slow flowing movements. My apologies on the video not working. Wow. I will end the video and start a new one.